How to create a book cover for low content books. Hey guys, today I'm going to be showing you how you can create a book cover using Canva for free and create a book cover. So let's get into it. First off, you're going to take a look at the competition. So you don't want to start off with a blank canvas and just be so confused, and you don't want to just start making something that's so different that it doesn't even sell out. You want to take a look at your competition. So first off, you're going to think of a category that you're going to create your book for. So in terms of low content books or no content books, you might want to search for maybe sketchbooks. So I'm going to take a look at sketchbooks, and you can see there are a lot of professional ones, but you're going to target something that's a bit easier. So we're going to go for kids. And over here, you can see the different kind of sketchbooks that are available. Just take a look at the top few, and you will get a general idea of how these sellers are doing. You can see these sellers obviously are doing very well. They're making a lot of sales. They're at the top. So you might want to replicate what they are doing. So how are you going to do that? First off, let's just open this sketchbook, which is a top result, and you can see their dimensions. So you're going to copy the dimensions that they already have, and you can also see everything else. So you can see the kind of material they are using, you can see their print length. So it's about 110 pages. So you can see everything you need to know about the sketchbook. You can see their dimensions, their print length, so the number of pages. You can get an estimate of what kind of pricing you should set. So it's about $7 for a sketchbook like this. If you go down, you will actually see in the product details everything else you might need to know. And even by using their ASPN number, you can probably even calculate the amount of revenue that they are making. So just take a good look at this before you pick out a niche. So let's search for another niche. So let's search for anime girl sketchbooks because those are even easier to create. So as you can see over here, they're selling for around $6. And now we're just going to take a look at that. Just scroll down just to see their product details. So it is a 6x9 page length, and the thickness is around 0.3 inches. It weighs 7 ounces, and it has 120 pages. So once you have a general estimate of what kind of book you are going to create, you are going to hop on to kdp.amazon.com. So what is this? Over here, you're going to use a template. So you're going to download a cover template using the Kindle Direct Publishing that Amazon provides, and it's for free, so it's a great tool. So first off, over here on the left, you can see that there are different dimensions available. So taking a look at your book that you liked and the kind of book that you're maybe going to replicate, you're just gonna see this. So it's 6x9, and over here I'm going to select any one of these two. So I'm just gonna go with this. You're gonna enter the number of pages, and you're going to select what kind of paper color you want. So I would recommend going for white. If you're creating some kind of professional sketchbook or something that's pretty specific, you might want to go for a cream color, but I would say for these kinds of low content books, you want to opt for white. You can also make it colored, but that's just too much creative work, too much effort, and too much waste of money. So you're just going to download the cover template. Now you can see that my cover template has been downloaded. I'm going to extract that cover template, and then I'm going to come back to you guys and show you guys what the template looks like. So you guys can see over here we have our cover template, and what this does, it really helps you size your book. So first off, you can see this is going to be your front page or your back page, and these black dotted lines are where your book is going to be cut at the final size. Then you have your dotted lines over here, and this central area is going to be the spine of your book. And then you have your front and back, you have your barcode location set aside, and what you're going to do with this is once you get this template, you're actually going to calculate the width and the height of your book. So you can see over here we have 6.69 inches into 6.61 inches, so that is a estimate. And what you're going to do to calculate your width is actually you're going to add the front and the bleed. So the bleed is 0.15 inches for the front and back in terms of width. So the total width of your design should be 12.54 inches when you're designing it on Canva. And the height of your book is going to be 9 inches or 9.61, and then you're going to add the bleed for your design. So the bleed for the height of a book is going to be around 0.25, so you're going to add that to 9.61 or to 9, and that will lead you to around 10 or maybe 9.25 depending on the book size you choose. Now moving on to Canva. So you guys can see I'm here on Canva and it's free to use, so you just have to create your account on Canva and this is going to be your dashboard. You can see at the right side you have your custom size, and over here you're going to select inches. At first it selected pixels, but you're going to change that to inches, and then you are going to add your book width that you just calculated. So you're just going to add 12 into 54, and then I'm going to add 9.25, and that is how you're gonna actually create your book design. So now what you're gonna do once you have created your Canva page and you have a blank sheet in front of you, you are going to upload that template. So I'm just gonna upload that template that we just have. Okay, so I'm just gonna compress my file and then I will add it to Canva. And now guys, I have reduced my image size of my template and I have pasted it over here. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna expand it to fit my already calculated design. So we have already calculated the dimensions of this design, and if you have calculated it right, it's going to fit perfectly into your frame. So once you have done that, you're just gonna click on the image and then you are going to lock it. So you can not move this image any longer once you have locked it on, and then you might want to move it, make it a bit transparent. So not fully just transparent, I'm just gonna make it like 40% just so I can get a estimate of where and what to place. Once I have done that, I'm gonna lock it so I can't move it anymore, and now you're gonna start your designing. So first off, you're just gonna take a look back at your Amazon competition and copy their color scheme. So most of these listings have black with a white or pink or purple kind of heading or whatever, something like that. So it's usually based on a black kind of background and a anime girl with some pink, red, or feminine colored highlight. So what I'm gonna do is first off, I'm just gonna take a look at the elements that are already present in Canva. So, or maybe let's just search black. And you can see there are a lot of good things that you can add just by using Canva. So if you want like block colors and all that, you can add that. But I have set the background to a pink, and now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna hop on Pixabay. So Pixabay will allow me to have royalty-free images, and I've just searched anime girl over here. I'm gonna scroll down and pick some kind of anime girl to add to my sketchbook. So I think this one looks good, and I'm just gonna download it for free. Download, and then you're just gonna fill in this "I'm not a robot," and then you're gonna download that image. So once I do that, I'll get back to you guys in a minute. Now once you have downloaded your royalty-free image, you're just gonna upload it on Canva, just like that. And now I'm just gonna drag it over here. And now these are some very important tips. So first off, this little pinkish line that you see, you want to make sure you don't place any of your text or important information or animation onto this pink line, pink thick line, because that kind of text will usually get cut out, or that will just come into the bleed and you won't actually be able to see it on the cover. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to resize my little doll anime girl, and then I'm going to place her just over here. Now what I'm going to do is zoom out a little, and now I'm going to place my text. So you're just going to click on text on the left side of Canva. You can see there are a lot of different options. So let's just say we're going to add a heading, just a girl who likes to draw. So you're just going to set it how you like it, and then you are going to place it on your front page. So that is why it's important to keep it visible. The original template should be visible, so when you're designing your cover, you know that your writing is at the right place, you're not blocking the barcodes or anything like that. So what you're going to do now is just pick a font that you like. So you can use any of these fonts. There are a lot of fonts that are available. So, and then you can select a different font for each line just to make it more interesting and more appealing to the eye. It's going to take a bit of a trial and error when you're doing this. So once you do that, you can also add this kind of element to your book. So let's just say if you want to write your title in a very glowy form, let's just resize it a bit. So you can see that there are a lot of these pretty text types that are available. You can choose them according to your liking. So I'm just gonna scroll through them all just to see which one I really like, because you want to make sure you're targeting the market that's going to purchase your book. So you want to have a font or theme that actually resonates with them and not just a pretty font that they don't understand. So because this is usually aimed at preteens or teens, you want to make sure it's simple. It's not dated. You don't want it to look dated at all, because that's really going to decrease any kind of possible sales you could garner. So this looks cute. It looks interesting enough, but it doesn't look too much like it's too overdone. So let's just resize this, and then we are going to write. And now you're going to just resize and reposition your text. After you have positioned your main title, you're going to make sure that you obviously mention that this is a sketchbook, because you want Amazon to list your product as a sketchbook. So make sure you mention that at the front of your design. So any font that you like, and I'm just going to write sketchbook. If you want to center your text, a easy way is just to make the margins just as wide as the dotted line on your template, and that will easily tell you where the center for the page is going to be. Just align them both, and here you know is the center. And so I'm just going to move this a bit at the bottom, move this down here, and keep her over here. So just like that, you have designed your book cover for your Amazon low content book, and it's that easy using Canva. Now, if you were to even add more design elements, so for example, you can go once more to your images, to your elements, and let's just say you want to add hearts. I'm just going to go in photos. Now we're just going to add a heart to the back of the book cover just to make it look a bit more dynamic. You can also add more stuff like pink lines. So just to make your cover look a bit more appealing, a bit different than the competition, you are gonna do this little, these little efforts and these little tiny things that could really change the overall impact of your book. So this doesn't look good. Instead of pink, I'm going to go for black. Just take a while to select whatever kind of design you want to apply. I'm going to change the color of this line. And now I'm going to shorten it and maybe just place it down the spine. So I'm going to rotate it, make it a vertical line. Make sure it's at 90 degrees so it's straight. And you can place that on the spine. Just reduce the size or the thickness. Move it to the center, and then you can just be careful when adjusting the thickness. And like that, you can just zoom in a bit to see if it's centered. You have placed this cute little line too, just to make your book seem professional and not just something that was scrabbled up in like 10 minutes or something. And then you can download your design. So let's just say we're gonna download this. Now you're gonna open and take a look at your design. You can see this is just gonna be how it looks. You can just see the details and stuff. So now the last part is only left. You're gonna remove your template from the back. So how are you gonna do that? First off, you're gonna click on your layers. So The last step is just to turn the transparency all the way to 0, and then you have your design all done and all ready. You can customize this as you want. I have just left it as is because I'm just showing you guys an example of how to do this. And then you're gonna download it. You're gonna make sure that you download it in whatever size you prefer or whatever kind of quality you prefer, and then you're gonna download. And now I'm just going to show you guys what the final product looks like. So this is it. This is your free book cover for your Amazon low content books. And I hope you guys found this video helpful, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.